Trump killed the bill. The bill was being written by senior Republicans in the Senate, and he killed the bill. Why? You had a case in Georgia not very long ago, didn't you? They made an ad about a young woman who'd been killed by an immigrant. Yeah, well, if they'd all been properly vetted, that probably wouldn't have happened. But if they're all properly vetted, and that doesn't happen, and America is not having enough babies to keep our populations up, so we need immigrants that have been vetted to do work, there wouldn't be a problem. And he couldn't keep people all torn up and upset.
Former President Bill Clinton calling out the Biden administration for not vetting Laken Riley's alleged murderer while stumping for Vice President Harris in Georgia. Let's bring in Jon Levine, New York Post political reporter. I want to get your reaction to this, and I'm glad we played the whole soundbite to give context, because really what he was going back to was that they were trying to legalize immigration. This is Kamala Harris's main argument, and Trump killed the bill. Trump killed the bill or encouraged people in his party not to vote for it because it was memorializing all this extra illegal immigration that we're seeing right now that the country can't handle. And so ultimately, at the end of the day, we do need to find a solution in Congress. That bill wasn't necessarily it. And this border is still open and killers are coming across.
Right. You know, it's very funny. You know, Bill Clinton is obviously campaigning for Harris-Walz right now, and his job is to try to get them elected. But especially when people get older like him, there are these moments of honesty that just kind of come out. And I think this was one such case. You know, a number I keep going back to is something ICE told us a few weeks ago, that I think it's like 13,000 migrants are here who have been convicted of homicide. Right. And we don't know where they are. And, you know, I have to wonder, you know, Laken Riley's case was a tragedy. How many other Laken Rileys are out there and are still on the horizon? And as much as I worry about that, I also worry about, you know, what Rumsfeld once called the unknown unknowns, which are the people who are here that we don't know are here. You know, we get these reports every month about migrant encounters, who they catch coming in, but we don't know who we don't catch. And Ron DeSantis said on the campaign trail, and it's true, the next major terrorist attack in this country is going to come from someone who snuck in through the border that we lost track of or just didn't even know they got in. And we're going to say, how could this happen? Why were we so unprepared? The warning signs are flashing everywhere, and yet we do nothing.
This has been a little bit of her Achilles heel. Then when it comes to the campaign, to offset that, how important then is the Bret Baier interview with her tonight?
I think there's clearly been some sort of collapse in her polling somewhere. And obviously, we've seen in the public polling, New York Times Siena has had brutal polls about showing she's underwater, not underwater, but very significantly low in black voters and Hispanic voters. Populations and demographics, she needs to win by 80 and 90%. She's in the 50s and 60s and low 70s. So I don't think she would be doing Brett and Fox News unless she wanted to reach out to a lot of voters who might still have questions about her. Because the fact of the matter is, it's a very, very high-risk strategy. Her previous interviews have so far been Stephen Colbert and Whoopi Goldberg. You know, Bret Baier is going to ask her real questions, and it's high risk, high reward for her.
He's going to come with facts and figures, and when she gives him a nonsense answer, he's going to push back and say, but this many murderers are in the country, or this many people have gotten into this country.
She's not going to be able to word salad it. And, you know, it's funny because you look at J.D. Vance, he's on the morning shows every single day. Every Sunday I see him everywhere. And he's swatting away these interviewers like houseflies. It's incredible. They try to catch him, and it's just like he's doing almost gymnastics. You know, we haven't seen Kamala Harris do this even once with anybody. She's never had, I don't even want to say a hostile interview or an interview with any real journalist.
All right, so let me ask you this. What if she nails it?
Look, I said it's high risk, high reward. If she knocks it out of the park...
I mean, does that change things? Like, could that meaningfully change
it? It absolutely could. If she knocks it out of the park and really demonstrates sort of a lucidity that we've yet to see, it could. You know, she'll obviously be talking to a lot of...
But what are the chances of that? Because we've never seen it before. So, I mean, unless she has lobotomy and all of a sudden she becomes sane tomorrow night, it's
I'm not
going
a
to be
fortune
the same
teller,
Kamala Harris.
I think there's clearly... The big picture is she knows she needs to expand her coalition. There's talk of her going on Joe Rogan, too, which is another high-risk, high-reward, because that's going to just be potentially hours of freelancing. And what's that going to look like? She's a very scripted person. She wanted to run a careful sort of basement strategy. And I think the polls just don't allow her to do that. And they're telling her, you've got to get out or you're going to lose.
The funny irony, is that she also is saying, Taylor, that he's running a basement strategy and they're hiding him because he's scared. It's amazing.
She's trying to get out there to to make that point, how important is it for her to win that blue wall? I guess maybe the better question, how at risk is it of her not winning the blue wall?
Every single swing state is at risk for her right now. And I think if you don't get black voters and Latino voters voting at the level, she's right now, according to public polling, losing black women compared to where Joe Biden was. She's doing worse with black women, and she is a black woman, compared to where Joe Biden was. So that is an unsustainable number for her.
Wow.
And so the entire blue wall is at risk. Pennsylvania's at risk. Georgia's at risk. All of the states that Biden won, that Trump should have won in 2020, they're at risk. And she's got a very tough road ahead.
And that's with black women. With black men, Obama's rationale is that they voted for him. They're not voting for her. They're not enthusiastic about her because she's a woman. Instead of, we were just talking about accountability with Charles, instead of saying they're not voting for her because the policies don't work for them.
Right. Obama comes out of his Martha's Vineyard mansion to lecture black men about how they must be secretly misogynistic. Heaven forbid they actually care about real policy issues. And, another sign she's in trouble. You wake up one morning and you're like, okay, Kamala Harris is promising a bag of cash to black men and free weed. That's like her latest policy prescription. And that comes out of nowhere.
Brian's face
and this comes out of nowhere.
Well, that's the last on that lineup of things they're going to do to create opportunity for black men. The last one is the ability to use marijuana.
She's calling it 20 grand in forgivable loans. Well, what is a forgivable loan? It's just cash.
Yeah.
It's literally going to come in a bag with a dollar sign on it.
Jackie, there was a really important article in the New York Times a few days ago that it's not about race, it has to be about class. But when you make it about race, you're going to lose because of what Jon just mentioned.
Yeah, people don't like that. All right, we got to go. Sorry. Good conversation, Jon Levine. Appreciate it.
Good to see you. All right, don't forget to tune in tomorrow when Vice President Harris sits down for an exclusive interview with Fox News' Bret Baier. You don't want to miss that one.